This recipe is my current best answer to the question, what is the best tasting chicken that I can make in bulk in the shortest amount of time with the least effort while remaining cheap and within my dietary restrictions? To start, purchase high quality chicken in bulk. I get mine from Costco and freeze. I place about 2 pounds worth in the fridge about 36 hours before I plan on cooking it. That's about the sweet spot for my fridge where it just becomes thawed through. You can, of course, skip the freezing step if you are cooking the same day as your grocery run, but buying in bulk and freezing helps save me money and keep the chicken fresh. Remove it from the packaging and give it a pat down with paper towels. The drier you make the chicken, the better color you'll get later, but you don't have to go crazy. We're going for efficiency here. Cube the chicken to a width of about 3/4 of an inch. The height or depth can be longer than 3/4 of an inch, but this width is about the perfect size where once you get a good sear on both sides, it's fully cooked and still juicy. Add the chicken to a bowl. Optionally pat the chicken down a little bit more with paper towels, then add about a teaspoon of salt per pound of chicken. It's at this point that you'll decide what flavor you're going for. I have found that Mexican and Indian flavors suit the recipe the best. That's because at this step, we are only going to season the chicken with spices that will not burn when we pan fry the chicken in the next step. That means spices like cumin, chili powder, coriander, cayenne pepper, and smoked paprika, which toast well, are great, and vegetable powders and herbs like garlic powder and oregano are no-goes because they'll burn in the pan. But don't worry, we can add them later. Also, wet marinades like mojo and barbecue don't work great because they won't develop good browning. But you can also just go for what I consider the pinnacle of this recipe, and that's just a generous amount of garam masala. It's a single seasoning and it's delicious. Today I'm making a Mexican style chicken, so after the salt I'm adding a generous amount of cumin, a bit of cayenne, chili powder, a kick of chipotle powder, coriander, smoked paprika, and black pepper. Once you've added your toastable spices, give it a light toss with one hand, then add a tablespoon or two of cooking oil with your clean hand. Avocado oil is ideal, but olive is also good. Mix it thoroughly. Add a thin but generous layer of cooking oil to a large pan or Dutch oven and heat to between medium and medium-high. We want a good sear, but absolutely no burning. Once the oil starts to shimmer, use tongs to add the chicken and make sure there's breathing room in between each piece to prevent steaming. After about 3 minutes and a deep brown sear has developed, flip it to the other side. After the second side has also developed a good sear, it should be cooked through. Place the chicken into a lidded container and as quickly and as safely as possible, add the next batch. You want to do this quickly to prevent the fond from burning. As the second batch is cooking, you may now add the burnable spices and herbs. Garlic and onion powders along with some Mexican oregano go great on the Mexican chicken, and just the garlic and onion powders on the garam masala chicken. You can also add some freshly chopped cilantro to either if you're feeling fancy, then loosely place the lid on so that the juice and steam can hydrate those dry spices. Once the final batch is finished, turn the heat to medium-low and quickly add it to the lidded container. Immediately add a generous splash of chicken broth to the pan or Dutch oven, just enough to cover the bottom after the initial boiling off, about a half cup. Scrape up the fond with a wooden spoon and reduce to make a pan sauce. You can add some all-purpose flour or arrowroot powder as a thickener to help the sauce cling to the chicken and honestly make it taste better, but I usually forego it since I hate flavor apparently and consider them additives. Add the pan sauce to the chicken, toss, and you're done. Pair it with your favorite carb and veggie and enjoy meal preps to last you most of the week. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the Living Impeccably podcast on YouTube and Spotify, and drop a like and subscribe. Cheers!